Now I know you're thinking this looks ridiculous right now. It does. Till we get the 4 and the 6-inch drop on this thing, it's gonna look ridiculous. But wheels have plenty of tuck. That's, well, let me show you. We'll show you the front wheel. I did not put this one on the front because I got a stud missing, and since there's so much pressure on these studs with the spacers, I didn't want to rely on 4 of them. So you see how far in that is. Let me get a measurement here. From the center of the tire out, we're looking at 2 3/4 from the tire to the fender. Center of the tire out, we're looking at about an inch. About an inch. It looks worse than what it is. But yeah, we're definitely about an inch further out with that. But once it gets lower, the wheels are kind of tucked up in the fenders. It's gonna look a lot better. Now the back has a lot of, yeah, they really stick in. I still don't think it's gonna look bad once this thing's lowered. And I was going to make this video on this, but now I'm kind of in the mood for this now that I put the wheels on. Well, a couple of them. Kind of in the mood for the truck today. A company reached out to me, and it just so happens to be something that I freaking needed for this, and I just held off on ordering it, thank God. Alloyworks.com reached out to me. Aluminum radiator, aluminum shroud, electric fans, harness to wire the electric fans up with a thermostat. I don't know where exactly I'm going to put the thermostat at yet, but it runs a trigger to the relay. There's one wire on the thermostat. Let me show you here. So there's a fuse link here. That's obviously your power wire. It's going to hook straight to your battery, which we're going to have another one for the headlight harness too. That is a ground wire. It's going to go straight to ground. And the blue one is the blue wire signal for the fans. The black wire is ground. The white one is going to be your trigger wire that's going to run to your thermostat. No directions with this, but it's pretty simple to figure it out. Plus they're color coded the way it's supposed to be. So we can just run a ground right to the chassis from the fans. Then we're going to have to run this blue wire to both of the fans there. Now I wish they would have gave me these plugs to you know, make it so it was plug and play. I'm going to see if I can find these. Maybe I might be able to find these plugs. I have different ones though. We could just switch them over if need be. So a while back I got on Amazon and I ordered these quick connectors here. Now there's 4-wire, 2-wire, 3-wire, and 1-wire connectors here. So, and there's female and male ends with your connections and everything. And these are watertight. So we might just end up, let me just get these out. So we might just end up using these for the fans. We'll put this end on fan and then the other one on the connections going to the fan. So then we could just unplug them, drop them out, whatever. But their website, alloyworks.com, they have a lot of aluminum radiators for like older vehicles and stuff. They have some newer stuff on there. They have some like condensers and stuff like that. But the construction on this thing is actually really, really nice. Let me get this down and show it to you. So this is a box that came in. It was wrapped really well with bubble wrap and stuff. You can buy just radiators. I told them I wanted electric fans and stuff. That's going to free up some power on this thing because this has a regular fan that runs all the time and has a clutch, and they aren't that efficient, so your engine's always turning that fan. This is electric, so we're not going to be using, the engine's not going to be needing the power for that fan to spin it. So this is going to free up a little bit of power, and it's going to keep this thing cooler. As you can see, the transmission cooler lines are built into it. There's other connections on here. This, I believe this is your transmission cooler. I could be wrong. Yes, so that's a separate transmission cooler hookup right there, and that's just another radiator hookup up top. If you want to hook up to something else, run like a turbo maybe. That'd be fun. Nice aluminum radiator cap. I don't know what the pressure rating is on it. Nice seals. Looks really good. And you can see the transmission cooler down in there. See the transmission cooler in there? I don't know if you noticed that. It's straight through. All right, so the looks are just deceiving. So I have the whole radiator blocked off right now, and that tube must be hollow. I can see little fins in there, but here, listen. Yeah, so that is good. That's good. I was worried there for a second. Always inspect parts you get. Make sure they're correct, because that's one thing you don't want to do is have your coolant and your transmission fluid mixing. That's not a good time. But again, I want to thank these guys for sending this out. We will be installing this in a different video, not today. I kind of want to put the seats in this, so I need to tear this seat apart, and then we're gonna fit the new seats up onto this rail. This is gonna be a bolt-in solution then, because I can just bolt the regular rails to that and bolt the seats in, and it just seems so much easier in my head. And that's a heavy duty frame that's on that thing. Alright, so now as you can see, we have a sturdy frame here to weld to. So we're going to have to make something, weld those seat brackets that are there across this. We might have to add a piece of metal across here, but this is a lot easier setup now that I have something sturdy to put it on. So let me get these seats over here. We'll set them down on here and we'll see what it looks like. None of that lines up with it. We're gonna have to add a bar across the center of this. That's just gonna make this way easier. These are gonna have to be chopped. These brackets are gonna have to be cut a lot to make fit. Those brackets can be unbolted from the seat, the slide rails and stuff. So that's gonna make that a little bit easier to deal with. We're gonna have to take the brackets off. We're gonna do measurements. This power, whatever this runs, oh, it's lumbar support. I don't know if we're gonna run that or not. All it is a power and ground, so I mean we can still run that. Maybe I'll just leave that on there. It's got power lumbar support, I think, on the passenger seat as well. Yes, it does. So yeah, maybe we'll leave that on there. That's actually a good idea. There's gonna be adjustments on this, but then there's also going to be adjustment on that. Now, if I wanted to really simplify it, I could just use this, but if you use that, it's going to move the whole seat whenever you want to adjust it. Plus, I had to put that linkage back on. I'm not really worried about that. We're going to set this in a good spot, and then you're going to have separate adjustments to there. So I can't really go any further with this at this moment, but I do want to clean these seats up to see how nicely they turn out. So I'm going to get my steam cleaner out. We're going to set these seats up, and I'm just going to go to town on these things cleaning. I'm going to have to go get some steel somewhere. In the meantime, probably not going to be this episode, but I know what I need to do now. I can get measurements of everything here. Hopefully get it all fit on there, and then we'll be good to go. I have not cleaned this yet. I started with my steam cleaner. Shortly after that, realized I needed to go to the carpet cleaner. It just works better on seats. Scrubbed the top of that for a while, and while it's looking better, it's pretty damp right now, so I don't know how much that's going to lighten up when it dries. This seat turned out really, really well. Looks really good. I'm not completely done with it, but I did like the whole face of it. I still need to get the sides and stuff around there, but the headrest and everything, that one I haven't touched yet. But all the marks and stuff that were in this, there was a good bit of dirt in this area, so I scrubbed that several times. I can still see a little bit there, but this looks, it does. It looks really, really good. So, I need to get more cleaner in the bottom, go dump the dirty water out of that, and go to town on this, and then I'll show you what that looks like afterwards. We're leaving here shortly, so I don't have a lot of time to work on this right now. I will get right back when I want to get back. Steam cleaner is not the way to go with this. Carpet cleaner is the way you want to go. Now, it's not too shabby if I do say so myself. I even cleaned the backside. Minus the nets in that center section. It's like a hard board or something like that. But I cleaned the backs as best as I could, the headrests and stuff like that. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. These just need to sit and dry now. It's going to take a while. The armrest, I'm still soaking dirt out of that. That was in a different truck, and it got like really dirty compared to the rest of it. So I'm going to work on that a little bit more here in the future, but I scrubbed it a lot, and it just keeps bringing stuff out of it. It does look a lot better than what it did, but it matches better now that it's not extremely dirty. But man, these are going to be a big upgrade compared to that bench seat. But being that like now with the rails off, I can set this down. Maybe I'll go ahead and bolt the rail in and then set these seats in so we can see what they're going to look like. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but I already foresee a problem. Look how close that cushion is to the steering wheel. I don't want to get in right now because it's wet, but as you can see, we are dangerously close to the steering wheel, because even without the brackets on, this raises the seats up so high that yeah, that's actually is probably a good thing. It's probably a good height where they're at, but the steering wheel, I don't know if we can angle that different. Honestly, I would like to put a smaller steering wheel on. So right now, we're going to have to go as low profile as possible on these brackets. So I'm going to have to pretty much mill those down to just the bracket, like the sliders, and they're going to have to bolt straight to this, and I'm going to have to try to keep it as level as possible because I don't want to go any higher than we already are. But they're not sitting in there perfect, like they're kind of sunk in the center because there's nothing there to support it right now. But you get the gist of what I'm going with here, and it looks really good. I think the driver's seat needs to come this way a little bit. I got this seat a little bit far in there where this lever is kind of tying up with the seat belt on that side. So, I mean, this is just a rough draft here, or what it's going to look like. But yeah, really liking that. And then you got an armrest that you can put up, have a bench, or put it down and have kind of like a bucket style seat, 40-60. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh my lord. Those pants show just about everything. Hey, Rock Auto, that's mine. Guess we know what we're doing next episode. That's the bad tie rod end, and that's the shock bolt that's missing off this. Factory Nissan. That's all I have time for right now, but we are going to get back into this when I get home, maybe? Maybe not today, probably tomorrow. I don't know. I don't really have anything to go further with the seats. Well, I do have these steel pieces here. I did think about welding these onto the seat bracket so that we can mount the seats. Maybe we will do that. But I think we're going to have to remove this whole bracket off of here, sadly. I had to put a little lube on them. Alright, so now I have time. I'm going to get these seats out of here. They're dry now. They look really, really nice, actually. And actually, that one's still a little wet. I did soak this passenger one a good bit when I was cleaning it. These seats are going to get raised up a little bit, so I don't know how this is going to work out, because definitely we got to use these brackets. We'll figure it out. We'll get it in there. Alright kids, remember to clean off your memory card and not run it over. Anyways, got this in here. I didn't even look. Okay, there's no tab right there. Had to do some grinding. As you can see, here's my lever. I attached it under here to both sides. It can move. I should have been an engineer, because engineers normally make stuff so it is hard for a mechanic to work. Oh, that's what I did. I should have put a bar the whole way across. I didn't have any that long, so decided to put them this way. Had to drill holes in these so that I can put my socket up through there to tighten the bolts on this. So really didn't need to drill the front, because I can bring it forward the whole way and put them in. But the next to the last notch on this, that lines that hole up with that back one back here, where you can put the bolts in. And it's just it's fun. It's fun to get those two back bolts in. They're in. Don't plan on taking this back apart again. I plan on this just coming out as an assembly. So I'm not gonna record all this again, since I ran out of memory the last time and my battery's lower, and so, but you get the gist of it. I think I am gonna put an attachment on here, because there's gonna be two arms here, one to adjust this and then one to adjust the seat separately. Should not need to move this, but to bolt it in is going to be a lot easier. So I need to go get that arm that attaches over there that unlocks this. Yeah, let me go get that. So I already have this beam made right there, because I messed up when I was cut the wrong end on that one, so it ended up being this one over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld that one in. I need to cut one more piece. I got another big piece here, but when I cut one out of that and weld them in, I'm gonna leave this seat on here. I'm just gonna cover it with a fiberglass mat so it don't burn through it. But yeah, the welds are gonna be way over here away from the seat, but I don't want to get any burn marks on it, so I will cover that up. now I'm going to struggle to put this back in the truck. But yeah, the only thing I really needed to modify on the seats is, you can see, and it's kind of tore right there, but there's a metal bracket right there, and I just bent them out on both sides, and it actually covers that framework so you don't see it. But now I got to clean more of that, because that was normally tucked under and you didn't see it. Now it's folded out, but it looks pretty good. I think we are going to hook up the lumbar support, because that would be cool to have. But yeah, let's throw this in the I hope this will go in as one unit. I am not I'm not taking them back off this bracket now. They're on there. Alright, that it actually worked. It fits, it's in there, it's bolted in. You can use the bottom slider and move both seats together, or move the top one and move them separately. I like it. Even right now it's the whole way back with the seat tilted back. It's good, but I need a smaller steering wheel. It's just the leg room right there. It's the steering wheel is right between your leg. Either that, or I need to figure out how I can tilt this just a little bit. And I don't think there is any kind of tilt on this thing, or any way to tilt it. But yeah, that's a two-man job putting them seats back in, so that was fun. Definitely next time I want to do that, which they have to come back out, because I do have to gut this thing. Next time they come out, I might be able to take them out myself, but putting them back in, that's a two-person job. I'm not doing that by myself again, that's for sure. But that's going to be the end of this episode. Next episode is either going to be me working on the Q50 or me throwing the radiator in this heap. I have to do like a whole dedicated video for this, and it's pretty nice. I might as well do that. But there's a lot of work involved, because you got to put a temperature sensor in, you got to wire everything, wire the fans, take the old fan off, fan shroud, radiator. A lot of work involved in that, so that's going to be one episode in itself. So if you like this video, smash that like button, consider subscribing, hit that dislike button if your mom wants to come over and check out my new seats. Armrest up. And we'll see you on the next episode of Unwrapped. Comes, you can be rambunctious at 2 o'clock in the morning, but it's 5 o'clock in the evening, and here you are, all sleepy. What? What'd you just say to me? You cursing? Oh, he's always worried about what his mom's doing. You better go see what she's doing. What were you doing under the couch? You little hussy? Hey, come. You better come see me. You better come see me. Can't believe you was hiding from me. Why would you hide from me? Huh? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.